Zoey Nilsson, Anna Bybee, Brielle Nilsson, for the first time in the history of the state of Utah, 3 women on any team, let alone the same team. This just happens to be the dynasty that is Lone Peak. Will be competing in 4 consecutive Nike Cross Nationals finals. Again, let me highlight the fact that in the history of the state of Utah, no women on any team, even Davis that qualified for 4 consecutive years, they did not have an athlete appear in all 4 NXN championships. These 3 women will all be doing so together on December 6th at Glendoveer Golf Course. An absolutely extraordinary achievement and a career full of them. Brielle, when I say that out loud, I mean, you obviously, you know the history of this group. It's fourth. It's finally on the podium, second, and now one more opportunity. But when the 3 of you collectively, and especially you and your sister, have done something that no other athletes on a team have ever done in the history of this state, how inspiring, like how significant is it to hear that?
Wow, I mean, hearing you say it, it's just like hitting me now too. Like I like know that in my head, but I like can't believe it because like as a freshman, I thought I was the luckiest girl that I got to go to NXN, and I was so grateful for the experience. And every year since that, we have worked to go to NXN, but we've never expected it. And so finally coming in like this 4th year, I'm so proud of the work that we put in and so excited to be able to go into NXN.
Absolutely. Also, the fact that, for the previous years, like there had been the familiar faces. It had been, Air Academy from Colorado. It had been Mountain Vista from Colorado. It had been Niwot from Colorado, even though they didn't qualify. It was Fossil Ridge making its first appearance last year. None of those other 3 teams that you qualified with last year are back. So just the fact that it's so hard to get there once, let alone to get there all 4 years, let alone to get there 5 if you count 2019 because there was no NXN in 2020 and 2021 because of the pandemic. Like like in that perspective, like how great those teams are and how they've made you better. You know how great American Fork is, and we hope that they get in that large bid like you've been blessed to get as the 4th place team in multiple years. But the fact that none of those teams that qualify, including the reigning national champion Mountain Vista, nobody made it back. Lone Peak did. How powerful is that to know that it's like we didn't just get there, we're staying there? Yeah,
I mean, I think that it shows like Ryan and Courtney's ability to coach and train new girls and bring them in, because we aren't just counting or betting on like one of our runners to do like super well. Like we're always a team. It's always all 7 of us, and we're super deep. We have people battling to get on varsity still here. So I think that it shows like how deep our team is, that we're able to come back this year again, and also the community and the culture that we've built here, because girls, we love each other and we want to do it for each other. So I think it's super cool that that's shown through our ability to come back this year again.
Absolutely. And Anna, I mean, obviously, like the group that Davis had, the American Fork, I mean, like they've won regional titles before, but then maybe didn't win another one. Or they've made it multiple years, but didn't always have the same lineup or the same personnel or the same components. Like, just what has it been like to be able to share the experience not only with Zoey and Brielle, but just to develop the trust and and the bond and the friendship? Like, this isn't just about training and racing. Like this, I mean, this is I mean, there's so many members of the extended Bybee family, cousins, and obviously, but just to be able to share it with people. It's not like you've had the different groups every year. Like the group is largely the same. So like, how significant is that when you go there, like you're going with people that you've enjoyed the journey with, not just for 1 year, but your entire career.
Yeah, no, seriously, I think we have stressed it more than ever before, but like these 2 girls next to me have really helped push me since freshman year. Like, honestly, I don't know where I would be without them in my racing career, and honestly, just throughout my life, they've just been some of my closest friends, and to be able to share this year with them, their senior year or last year, and to be able to share this experience with them has been one of the biggest blessings of my life, so I couldn't ask for better people to be with.
And in terms of, what Courtney always talks about is like, we don't, look, obviously it's always something that's as a goal and an ambition, especially when you've been there once before, let alone 3 times before. But the fact that this group still does the same thing that they did to get there for the first time in 2019, right? It's every single day back in July and August and September and October before you even get to Toka Sticks Golf Course or previously Coyote Run in Arizona. I know it sounds so simple, like just to put it that way, but like, how important is it that the group really just focuses on every single day before you get to Arizona? Because a lot of people can talk about NXN, but it seems like this group is so focused on the present and appreciating each other and appreciating the opportunities each day until you get to Arizona for that opportunity to get to Oregon.
Yeah, for sure. I think from the beginning, one thing that we don't like to do is look at the rankings, and it's kind of hard when people are telling us what we're ranked, but like I remember being ranked not very high last year, and we just were like, you know what, we're not going to focus on what other people expect of us, because that's not what matters. It's like what matters is what our team can do, and pulling each other together and seeing like the efforts that we put in. Like every girl has stress. Like we didn't know where we were at NXR this year. We didn't know what place we were in the middle of the race. It was when we finished, and honestly my first thought was, where are my teammates, where are my girls, like how'd they do, how are they feeling? And every single one of them came up and like giving me hugs, like, asking how we're doing, and then we heard like a couple minutes later, hey, you guys won. And so I think it's super cool that we get to go, and it's like such a blessing, but we're not focused on that. That's not like our main focus. Our main focus is the girls around us. We don't get to have this opportunity without 7 girls, and we don't get to have 7 girls without the love that we've like put in and all the effort that we put in to be able to strengthen our team and to become just the best of friends.
Zoey, comparison is the thief of joy, but I think it goes without saying that it's highly special and highly significant when you get to do it as a senior. Whether you've done it the previous 3 years or not, but to do it as a senior, to know that you know when your last practice is going to be, you know when that plane flight's going to be, you know when your last race is going to be, like, how special is that?
It's so special. It definitely has been on my mind a little bit these past few days, and just how grateful I am that I can have this experience one last time. And it's always one of probably my favorite time of the year, every time that we've gotten to go. And so just thinking about the race, but even that experience as a whole, it's really one that I enjoy so much, and I'm gonna enjoy it this year and soak it up one last time. So.
And the fact that this group, again, this group makes the uncomfortable things look routine, makes the difficult things look easy. So, not even focusing on the competition, but just you ladies always being the best version of yourselves and always being as courageous and fearless and and gritty and tough. That regardless of what the conditions are, regardless of what the course lays out, like just how much are you looking forward to that challenge one last time, just to be like, I want to be the best version of Zoey Nilsson, and I want Lone Peak to be the best version of Lone Peak. It doesn't matter who else is in the race. It doesn't matter what the weather is or the course conditions are. We just want to be the best version of ourselves.
It means the world to me. I just got chills with you even talking about that, because I think that's what I love so much about racing. It can be intimidating at times, but when you really put that fear aside, and shout out to Lexi Holiday. I read her post before NXR. She had some awesome tips in there, but racing with presence and then fully just letting yourself have the opportunity to see how far you can go in that race, how fast, what your body can actually do, what you can accomplish together. It's what I love, and it's inspiring. And when you have races where you really connect in that way, I think those are the best races. So I'm so excited to go see what I can do at NXN and see what my girls can do, and leave it all out there, like you said, and just grit it out and race smart and everything. So
awesome. Well, what they've done is fourth, and second at NXN already. What they've done is 4 consecutive trips to Nike Cross Nationals, and what they've done is create history, because no female athletes on a team in Utah cross country history have qualified for Nike Cross Nationals 4 years in a row. But Zoey Nilsson, Anna Bybee, and Brielle Nilsson, they rewrite history with every step of the way. Ladies, stay healthy, happy Thanksgiving, and best of luck at NXN.
Thank you.